All right, so why do I have headache after playing the saxophone? Or why do I have headache during practicing? Okay, saxophone is a rewarding and enjoyable instrument. It's a way we express ourselves musically by playing the saxophone. But if care is not taken, if you're not careful, you might start having a headache after playing the saxophone. In fact, most people experience it after playing the saxophone. This dizziness, this pain in the head occur. So, what are the causes of it, and how do you address it? How do you provide a solution to it? I'll be talking about this in this video. So, please uh, take note of this factor that can lead to headache or that can cause discomfort while playing the saxophone. All right, so today I'll be giving six factors that can lead to headache while playing the saxophone or after playing the saxophone. Okay, you need to take note of your health. Saxophone is a good thing. It helps your lung to breathe properly. It helps in breathing exercise. It improves your breathing technique, but because of the noise, because of the way you exert pressure, it can lead to headache if care is not taken. So let's start with the six factors that can cause headache or that can make you to feel dizzy while playing the saxophone. Number one, tension in the neck. Tension in the neck has to do with your posture. Yeah, when you have tension in your neck, it starts from your posture. So anytime you're playing the saxophone, make sure if you're sitting, sit upright. If you're standing, make sure you stand in the proper position and adjust your. Make sure you are standing in upright. Don't bend. Understand? Make sure you are in a right posture. You stand properly. Then your shoulder should not come close to your ear. No, no, no. Your shoulder should not. Don't raise it up, and your neck strap should be properly fitted to your neck. Then make sure your neck is relaxed. Make sure your arm and your hand are relaxed as well. Make sure your hand supports your instrument, the thumb, in a proper position. So the tension in the neck play a lot of role in reducing headache. So if you did not pay if you not pay attention to the tension in the neck, it's increase the chance of you having headache while playing the saxophone. So please, whenever you are playing the saxophone, make sure you have a relaxed tension. Play in a relaxed mode. Even if you are called for a presentation, make sure your nerves are calm. Make sure you play in a relaxed uh, position. That is for the tension. Number two, why you have headache or why you might have headache during or after playing the saxophone is your embouchure. Your embouchure has to be the way we place our mouth, the position of our mouth while playing the saxophone. So if your embouchure is too tight on the mouthpiece, you try to blow more air, and from blowing more air you realize that uh, from blowing more air you realize that you are increasing the chance of having a headache because you keep on the air that's supposed to flow freely, you keep on giving it more pressure. And instead of blowing warm air, you start blowing cool air. So whenever you're playing the saxophone, remember to blow warm air instead of cool air. So your embouchure really matter. Make sure you have a relaxed embouchure. Don't make it too tight on the mouthpiece. If just relax embouchure. That is the second factor that can lead to headache whenever you are playing the saxophone. Now, the third factor that can lead to headache whenever you are playing the saxophone is the type of saxophone and accessory. Now, if you want to go into wind instrument, you realize that we have tenor, we have alto, and we have a soprano saxophone. Uh, if you have a head challenge, I will recommend you go for alto saxophone instead of tenor saxophone. Why? Because tenor saxophone is more heavier, you know, and the carrying it is heavier compared to the alto saxophone. Then alto saxophone is a bit lighter. So sometimes when you use this heavy saxophone, if you don't know the time to take a break, you just realize that you are causing more stress to yourself. So about accessory, let's talk about mouthpiece and reed. Some people go for harder reed, which we give. When you're playing a harder reed, you need more air to produce the sound, the good tone. But if you go for a softer reed, you don't need much air like that to produce a good tone. So the choice of selecting the type of saxophone and your accessory really matter. If you go for a bad saxophone, you will surely have a strenuous time, and it can lead to headache. And the third factor, the type of saxophone you use and your accessory really matter. Then the fourth factor that can lead to headache whenever you're playing the saxophone is the way you play the saxophone, the type of air you blow. When you are blowing too hard on the saxophone, especially this happens to people that like to play on altissimo, on a higher note, know the time you're supposed to take a break. Blowing hard on the saxophone, like you just want to always, some people like blowing harder, like they like a large sound. So when I'm playing like that, if it's a continuous one, there's the time you need to take a break. Even though you always have a headache whenever you play saxophone, when you're practicing, after 15 minutes take a break. It is very, very important for you, and you need to take note of that as well. That's the fourth factor that can lead to headache whenever you are playing the saxophone or reacting. All right, the fifth factor is biting. Some people bite hard on the mouthpiece. Practice relaxation mode. Whenever you are playing the saxophone, practice. You can play in front of mirror. Avoid biting on the side, because the more you bite, it will affect your jaw. When you bite so hard on the saxophone, you are giving stress to your jaw that before you know, some people have pink lips, some people have, you weaken your jaw because you are stressing the muscle in your lower and your upper jaw. So avoid practicing without biting. Yeah, there's a way you do it that is a conscious practice. Yes, you practice it consciously so that you will not bite hard on the mouthpiece, because when you bite hard on the mouthpiece in trying to, if you get used to it, you might be working fine with it, but it's a bad thing to continue on a bad pattern. It might be working for you, but it can lead to headache. That is the major fact. You might be biting hard and you might be giving you what you want, but that is not the best way to handle your saxophone. It will affect your lips, and if you play too long and biting, the stress, the lower jaw will be weak, and the more you try to play it, it keeps affecting your mental health, which can cause headache. And the last one is know the type of reed to select. Know the type of reed to select. We still talk about the type of accessory. If you know go for a comfortable reed. Yeah, a comfortable reed. It's not all reed that work for everybody. 2.5 reed can be okay for you. That doesn't mean that it will be okay for me. That I'm using 3.0 reed doesn't mean that everybody should be using 3.0 reed. So you can go for the comfortable mouthpiece and a comfortable reed that works for you. So these are some of the factors that can cause headache in rehearsing or during rehearsing and while playing the saxophone. So you need to take note of it. And the last but not the least, know when to take a break. Listen to the body language, listen to your body language, listen to yourself whenever your body is asking for a break. Please know when to take a break. If you're practicing and you notice that you're feeling dizzy, take a break, stretch your neck, stretch your hand. Yeah, you shouldn't be in an occasion and you just want to play all through. Some people does it, that when they are never in a place, whenever they are playing from the beginning to the end non-stop. No, know when to take a break and know when to continue. There's a point in time that they don't need you to play. In fact, when you are playing all through, it becomes more noisy. The sound of saxophone alone is like a horn. So know when you're supposed to take a break, know when you're supposed to relax, know when to come in. Your time factor really matter. So these are some of the factors that leads to headache why some people are playing or during rehearsal or when they've played the saxophone. So you need to check it and know how to apply wisdom while you are playing the saxophone. Thank you so much. I still remain that